Hey guys, welcome to Jaxbeautifulyou. In today's video, I'm super excited because I'm sharing with you my first perfume haul of 2023, and I have some really amazing fragrances to share with you today. A lot of these were blind buys, and I know I said in a recent video that I wasn't going to do as much blind buying in 2023, but I have already proven to be lying to you. I am weak, okay? What can I say? I am weak, but some of these are blind buys, not all of them. A couple of them I had already tested first. But I am excited because all of the perfumes I have to share were successes. They're loves, I adore them, and I am here to recommend them to you. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. Thank you so much for clicking on my thumbnail today. I really appreciate you being here. And can I just say thank you for 5,000 subscribers. We hit the 5,000 mark last week. And thank you so much for being part of the family, for all of your love and support. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And without further ado, let's get into this video. All right, first up, I already told you guys I was buying this fragrance. I told you a bottle was on its way. I tested this out first. I had a sample, fell in love, but it was not a love at first sniff. This is from Xerjoff and this is Ivory Root. So I had a sample of it, tested it out. When I first sprayed it, I was like, nope, this isn't going to be for me. It's way too spicy. It is a spice bomb. But by the end of the night, after I had worn it, I had ordered a full bottle because I fell in love with this fragrance. So this is part of the Join the Club collection, and they don't release the notes. They don't let you know what the notes are. So everything you see on Fragrancebuy.ca is a guess. And I don't know, it looks pretty accurate, but there are a couple of notes I think might be missing. Like, I'm pretty sure that there's tobacco in here, at least my nose picks up tobacco, and also vanilla. But this is a very spicy fragrance. In the opening, I get a warm spicy and a fresh spicy. And when I first smelled it, I didn't know what to think of that because I'm not really into aromatic types of fragrances. Basil is listed on Fragrancebuy, and I think that makes sense. Actually goes really well together. The spiciness does die down a little bit and starts to blend in with the other notes. I start to pick up this tobacco, and then I start to pick up this vanilla. So really, I think I'd classify this as a spicy tobacco vanilla fragrance. That's what my nose picks up. If you do not like spicy fragrances, even though this does tone down a bit from the beginning, the spiciness does stay through the entire wear. So just beware of that. It is not a safe blind buy. I don't think this is everybody's cup of tea. But if you're into really warm, spicy tobacco vanilla fragrances, then I think that you would really like this. This is a fragrance that I feel I would only wear in the fall and winter. This is a cold weather fragrance for me. I just couldn't imagine wearing this in the dead of summer. Definitely a like date night, sexy type of fragrance, but I just loved it. And like I said, when I first sprayed it, it was not a love at first sniff. I had to wear it. But I just couldn't stop smelling myself throughout the night, and by the end of the night I was just smitten with this fragrance. It is stunning. Plus these bottles, look at these bottles. These are just beautiful bottles. I absolutely love the blue, and I'm super happy to have this one in my collection. So that is by Xerjoff, Ivory Root. All right, up next we have another one from the Join the Club collection from Xerjoff. This one was a blind buy. This is Shun Coin. Shun Coin, I think is how you say it. I'm not 100% sure, but I got this one as well as a blind buy because Veronica from Veronica said that if she were to come back as a perfume, if she were to be reincarnated as a fragrance, this is what she would come back as. And when somebody says that, that catches my attention, okay? And I had to get it. Now, in the section on Fragrancebuy where it talks about this perfume reminds me of, one of the fragrances was Heliotrope from Reminiscence, and I own that fragrance. I love that fragrance, and I thought, okay, I felt like it would be a safe blind buy, and so I decided to go ahead and take a chance, and I am not disappointed. I have been really into those very whimsical fairy tale type of fragrances. So to me, this doesn't smell exactly like Heliotrope. That one is more of like a candied almond marzipan type of fragrance. This one, I smell coconut. Now, coconut's not listed on Fragrantica, but I swear there's coconut in here. This smells like a baking coconut dessert, but it's not fully edible. There are other notes in here that keeps this from being like a full-on gourmand. On Fragrantica, it also says that there is a tea leaf note, and that makes sense to me because I kind of smell like a tea vibe in here. So this is powdery, this is vanilla, this has a little bit of woodiness to it as well that I can pick up. So this fragrance makes me think of eating like a coconut cookie, drinking a cup of tea, while also smelling some powdery notes and some woody notes as well. And it, like I said, this is not a full-on gourmand, but it has like gourmand touches. But the woody notes and the powdery notes keep it, you know, kind of toned down. So it's an absolutely beautiful fragrance. It's very Easter vibes. It reminds me of Easter. It reminds me of springtime for sure. Very whimsical, very powdery. If you like Heliotrope from Reminiscence, I think you would like this one for sure. Although Heliotrope is a fraction of the price of this. I think I paid like $30. And again, that one's more on the like almond marzipan side, where this is more of like coconutty pastry side, but they do have the same vibe. They're definitely in the same family. So if you like that one, I think you would really like this one. And I just enjoy this one so much. So thank you to Veronica for this amazing suggestion. It is beautiful. That is by Xerjoff Shun Coin. Okay, speaking of affordable fragrances, I have two in here that are super affordable that blew me away, and I am shocked at the overall just quality, presentation, just everything about these fragrances really impressed me. Now, this is not sponsored, okay? I bought these with my own money and nobody is paying me to say this. I am just genuinely impressed with the two fragrances I got from this brand. So the first one, this is by Afnan, and this is Modest Dew. Now, I heard some people say that this smells a lot like Lancome's La Nuit Trésor, and I can totally see that. But before we get into that, let's look at the packaging. This is a heavy weighted glass bottle. I paid less than $30 for this, but what really surprised me was the presentation that it came in. So this is the box that it comes in. This is a pretty sturdy, like weighted box. And then when you open it up, that's what it looks like inside. I mean, that's some nice presentation for a $30 fragrance. Is anybody else impressed with that? But more than that, the fragrance itself is absolutely stunning. So I do see why people compare La Nuit Trésor with this fragrance. They do smell similar. I would almost have thought this was like a flanker of that one. You know, it has some differences. I have the original La Nuit Trésor and I've compared the two side by side, and I don't think that they smell exactly the same. They definitely have differences, but if you told me this was a flanker of La Nuit Trésor, I would believe you and it would make sense. So definitely has that vibe, definitely in the same scent family. This is absolutely beautiful. But in La Nuit Trésor, I pick up the strawberry big time. There's strawberry in here as well, but I pick up cherry and raspberry in here. There's a little bit of dark chocolate in here as well that I pick up. And then the base of this isn't quite as dark as the base that is in La Nuit Trésor. La Nuit Trésor has like praline, and it has patchouli, it has licorice. It has a very sexy dark base. This one has patchouli, but it's not as dark, it's not as deep. It's more of a bright, happier, uplifting, fruitier, a little bit maybe sweeter version of La Nuit Trésor. The performance is really good on this. I've worn this twice now since I've gotten it, and both times I was so impressed with the overall quality, the scent, the performance. Just everything about this perfume just really surprised me. I've heard some people say that this is more of a dupe for La Nuit Trésor Intense, because I believe that one has a cherry and almond note, and I definitely pick up the cherry in here as well. I've never smelled the Intense version, so I can't tell you, but if you want to save some money, less than $30 for that scent profile, this is such a good one. So I'm really impressed. Love the bottle, love the scent, highly recommend. The other one by Afnan is Floor Bouquet. And this one surprised the crap out of me because look at this bottle. Look at, this is heavy. This is a heavy glass weighted bottle. The top is pretty heavy as well. I mean, this is some nice presentation, but let me show you what it came in. This is the box that it comes in. Look how beautiful this is. My mouth kind of like fell open when I got this because look at this. This is a pretty nice like box. I don't know. I'm surprised. I'm just shocked. I'm impressed. I don't know if you can tell. Back to this fragrance and how it smells. It smells incredible. Less than $30, and I think this is supposed to be a dupe for, I think it's Ex Nihilo's, oh, what is that called? Fleur Narcotique or something like that? Yes, it is. It's Ex Nihilo's Fleur Narcotique is what this is a dupe for. I only smelled that fragrance once in a boutique in Charleston, and it was one of those days where I was just sniffing everything, you know, and I remember spraying it on the back of my hand and thinking, wow, that's beautiful. It's a beautiful, like, sweet, fruity, white floral fragrance, but I can't remember exactly, you know, I can't tell you if this is a dupe. I don't remember. So even if it's not a dupe, on its own, this fragrance is gorgeous. Now you have to be a fan of white florals. White florals is definitely present in here. This is a sweet, fruity, white floral fragrance. I can't really make out what the fruitiness is in here. Some people say that they smell peach. I can kind of get that. There's a juicy, fruity, sweet. It's not overly ripe. It's just very sweet and juicy type of fruit, but I'm not sure what it is. It's beautiful though. It smells kind of like a maybe nectarine or tangerine or peach or something along those lines. And then it definitely has white florals, but the white florals in here, even though they're very present, they're not heady. They're not heavy feeling. They're not idolic in any way. There's also musk in here for sure that I pick up. It's a very fruity, floral, musky, feminine type of fragrance. It's absolutely beautiful. This does not smell like a cheap perfume, okay? Even though I paid less than $30 for this, it smells expensive. And if you were to put this in a different bottle with a different name and tell me that this was a high-end fragrance, I would believe you for sure. It smells incredible. I've worn this twice now, and both times I was just like, wow, this is beautiful. This actually reminds me of Kayali's Deja Vu White Flower 57. If you like that fragrance, I think you'd like this. I love Deja Vu White Flower 57 from Kayali. Love that fragrance, so I'm not surprised that I love this. I love fruity, sweet, white floral combos with some musk in the base. Beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. I really enjoyed this one. I cannot recommend this one enough if you are a white floral fruity fan. Really good performance so far, no issues, and I'm just impressed. So that is by Afnan Le Floor Bouquet. Such a beautiful, affordable gem. And so is Modest Dew, both of these. Super affordable gems that I'm just super excited to have in my collection. All right, this next fragrance is not a blind buy. This is one that I tested first before I got it. This is by JOUSSET Parfums. This is Accident Olivini. This is a beautiful, beautiful, sweet, yummy, delicious, edible vanilla fragrance. There's no caramel listed in here, but I think there's caramel in here. I definitely smell caramel. To me, this reminds me so much of the body spray, the Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 71, I think it's called. I couldn't quite get on with that body spray because there was something in it. Even though I loved that caramel, sweet, delicious vibe, that popcorn note that was in there, it was very plasticky to my nose. There was just something artificial smelling about the body spray to me. This smells like a perfume version of that without that plasticky popcorn note, but this has much, much better performance as well. I don't have a lot of luck with the body sprays. They don't last on me very well, and this is a eau de parfum, and this lasts pretty well. It's not a super like beast mode fragrance or anything. It's not going to fill up a room, but I've worn it twice now and it was fine. I definitely was getting wafts of it off of my skin, and I enjoyed every single second of it. So when I first got it, I took a shower, I sprayed it on afterwards. I went downstairs and my husband was like, wow, you smell like a bakery. It's very edible, very gourmand. It's very simple. There's really not a whole lot to this fragrance. It's not a complex vanilla. It's pretty much a caramel, edible, baked goods vanilla. It's delicious and I love it. It's so comforting. It's so cozy. Perfect for right now, like winter time when it's cold. although it's not really cold here. Where I live in South Carolina, the last couple of days it's been like, I think 2 days ago it was like 75 and sunny. Yesterday it was like in the 60s. Yeah, it's not that cold here, but we have a couple of cold days coming up and I'm excited to wear this in the cold weather. It is sweet. You have to like edible gourmands, like realistic foodie gourmands, because this quite literally to me smells like a caramel vanilla baked good. But if you're into that kind of thing, this is delicious. So this is by JOUSSET Parfums, Accident Olivini. Super yummy. All right, up next we have a blind buy. Well, kind of. I don't know. I'll let you decide if you think this is truly a blind buy or not. This is a fragrance I did test at Sephora, but again, it was one of those days where I was spraying 1,000 different perfumes. You know how it goes. You go to a store and you just go nuts spraying perfumes. You're spraying perfumes on tester strips. You're spraying perfumes on you. You're trying to find like an open spot on your body to try to put a fragrance so you can smell it. And after a while you get nose fatigue. After a while things just start to blend together and I forget what I smelled type of situation, and this was one of them. So this is by Clean Reserve. This is Radiant Nectar. The only thing I remembered about this perfume is spraying it and thinking, oh wow, that's beautiful. That's all I remember. I could not tell you exactly what it smelled like. I kind of forgot about it, but then I was watching a video from Charlotte Ross and she was talking about her most worn fragrances of 2022, and this was one of them, and she was raving about it and she was going on about it and saying how beautiful it was, and the way she described it, I just knew I was gonna love it, and of course I do. I love this fragrance. This was definitely love at first sniff. This is absolutely gorgeous. So in the opening of this you have pear and then you have ambrette, and the pear that I get, it's very juicy, almost like a juicy, sugary pear. It's not like a fresh pear to my nose. This is a very sugary, sweet, delicious, yummy, juicy pear. I love it. I love pear in my fragrances. In the mid, you have tobacco blossom, orris, and carrot seeds. In the base, you have musk, ambroxan, and white cedar extract. I definitely get the musk. This is a very, very musky fragrance, but the musk in here is super smooth. There's no screechy or scratchy kind of musk. It is just this gorgeous, clean smelling musk. It's absolutely beautiful. And then I definitely do pick up some woody notes. I think that's the cedar extract. So it's fruity with pear, it's floral, it's musky with a touch of woodiness. And this is a perfect everyday scent. When I first got this, I thought, you know, this is going to be a spring and summer fragrance, but I could really see myself wearing this all year round. I wore this yesterday and I was actually surprised at the performance. It's not a super loud fragrance, but I could smell it on me all day. I actually woke up this morning and I could still smell it on my pajamas, and I was pretty impressed with the longevity of this fragrance. Again, it's not super loud, but it's definitely not a skin scent, and I can smell it around me. There's a beautiful little scent bubble around you all day, and it is so intoxicatingly good. I really think this is a great, like, everyday, easy reach, signature scent worthy type of fragrance for sure. I can see myself reaching for this one a lot this year. I'm super excited to have this one in my collection. I'm so glad that I decided to get it. It was a major success for me, and I'm pretty happy to have it in my collection. So that is by Clean Reserve Radiant Nectar. All right, last but not least, this next perfume was a blind buy, and it's because of you guys. Out of all the fragrances that was recommended to me to try in the year 2022, this one was the most recommended out of all of them. And this is by Parfums de Marly. This is OAJAN. And you guys recommended this to me because you know that my favorite perfume of all time is Angel Share by Kilian. And I absolutely love cinnamon and apple in my fragrances. That combination is almost a guarantee I'm gonna love it, and you guys kept telling me I needed to try this. So I did. I blind bought it off of your recommendation, and let me tell you, you guys did not steer me wrong. This is gorgeous. I love this fragrance, and for the longest time I looked past it because it's marketed towards men, but in my opinion this is a unisex fragrance. I definitely can wear this. I've been wearing this since I got it. It is so warm and spicy. It's appley, although there's no apple notes in here. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, I was a little worried that this was going to be redundant in my collection because there are two fragrances that this often gets compared to. Angel Share and Cult at Night by Attar Collection. I already have Angel Share and Cult at Night, but I will say, yes, they all are in the same type of family, but they all have some differences for sure, especially Angel Share. I saw a comment on Fragrantica that said, if you own Angel Share, this is redundant, and I completely disagree with that. I think Angel Share and OAJAN are two completely different fragrances that go in way different directions. So the only similarities I get between the two is a cinnamon apple vibe in the two fragrances for sure. But other than that, I don't feel like they have much in common. So Angel Share has a very boozy opening, very boozy. There's cognac. There's no boozy notes in this fragrance. I don't get a boozy feel from here. Then I do get the apple and cinnamon, but then Angel Share is sweeter to me and it's more gourmand. The only thing that keeps it from being a full-on like foodie gourmand to my nose is in the base you have a lot of oak. And that oak, you know, keeps it kind of grounded, keeps it well-rounded in my opinion. This does not have any oak and it does not have any woody notes in the base. The base of this is tonka bean. I believe there's vanilla, there's patchouli and musk, I believe is what the base is. And I definitely get like a patchouli, like a dark kind of patchouli vibe in the base of this fragrance that I definitely don't get in Angel Share. So yes, they both have some similarities, but I think their differences are more than their similarities, if that makes sense. Actually, the first fragrance that I truly thought of when I smelled this was Cult at Night by Attar Collection. I feel like the base of those two fragrances are very similar. Cult at Night also has this like vanilla, patchouli, musk, dark, almost kind of like a Middle Eastern vibe type of base that I really pick up in here as well. The differences between this one and Cult at Night is more cinnamon and cherry, whereas this one is more cinnamon and apple smelling to me. So they're similar but different. And because I love the scent profile, that family of yummy, warm, spicy fragrances so much, I don't find it to be redundant to have this in my collection because I'm happy to have an apple version and a cherry version because I love this scent profile. But just kind of keep in mind, if you already do own Cult at Night, you might find it a little redundant, but personally for me, I don't, because I love the scent profile so much. Hopefully that makes sense. They're definitely different. They're not exactly the same, but you know, definitely test this first. Test it out before you buy it, because I don't think that OAJAN is a safe blind buy. I think this is beautiful. Like I said, this is a unisex fragrance, even though it is marketed towards men. I feel completely comfortable wearing it. I picture myself wearing this in the wintertime for sure. This is a pretty strong fragrance. I was surprised at how strong this is. Just a couple of sprays is all I need and I'm good to go for the day. I can smell this on me all day. It is pretty loud and strong to my nose, and I sprayed it in this room yesterday. I was testing it out, and when I came in this morning to clear off my stuff, I could still smell it kind of lingering in the air a little bit. So very strong fragrance. It is just super sexy, and I think this would be great for cold weather. I can't imagine wearing this in the heat. This is not like a summertime fragrance. This is definitely like a holidays type of situation. Thanksgiving, Christmas, holidays, cold weather, when you just want to smell dark and sexy and appley. You have to be a fan of cinnamon. There is a lot of cinnamon in here, and I'm definitely a fan of cinnamon. So super happy to have this in my collection. Thank you guys so much for recommending this fragrance to me. It is absolutely beautiful. So that is by Parfums de Marly OAJAN. All right, you guys, and that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, I do have some pretty fun videos planned coming up, so make sure you are subscribed and you hit the notification bell so you can see my future uploads. But I will be showing you guys my updated perfume collection soon. I have done a lot of declutters and I have added in fragrances that I love, and I'm trying to curate my collection so that they're just fragrances that I truly love. And I probably will be showing you my updated collection soon, so stay tuned for that. Also, because of all the new fragrances I've been trying and bringing in, I do need to do an updated top 10 for life video, because that has changed for sure since the last time I filmed. So that will be coming as well. So thank you guys so much again for all your love and support. Thanks for watching. I hope everybody has an amazing day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!